What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Banner Saga 2, where I think we're probably going to be making our final stand with the enemy. I'm not really entirely too sure how this is going to play out. We've come across this location. It seems like there's a bunch of guys here getting ready to defend a bridge, a la Saving Private Ryan style. That's usually not a good thing. There's clouds in the sky. The general setting appears to be bleak. Chances are we may be getting towards the end of our ride here in the Banner Saga, but we'll find out. We're supposed to go talk to either some volunteers or go to the houses, I guess. We don't really have that much renown, but I guess we can go to the market and have a look. I don't really think there's going to be anything over here that's going to be that helpful. I should probably spend the money mostly on, oh wow, obsidian ring's not bad for 6 renown. That's a pretty decent item, plus 2 to strength. It's enough to make a character who's not particularly good with their strength score a lot better, but I think the smart idea here would probably be just to unload and see how much food we can get. Yeah, just take like as much food as we can bring along, because if this is not our last stop, I think we're probably going to need it on the road, and it does afford us opportunities to keep our morale up and high. Walking among the buildings, a few ravens introduce you to a carpenter from the town. Easy enough to bring a few of these homes and barns down, he says, pointing with a hammer. If you and the ravens help me cart some of the materials from them, we'll make it so any force coming across that bridge is going to pay dearly. I don't know what he's implying right here. Are we like putting down stakes? Or let's see what's going on over here. The fighters, men and women from Acker, and a few other northern towns watch as you approach. Show me your shield wall, you bark. Only a few of them move and raise their shields, so you charge them, sending terrified humans running or skidding across the ground. Scared or faint undisciplined, you shout. Either way, you'll be dead in the first assault. Shield wall! This time, everybody runs to lock shields and brace with their shoulders. You still break through, but it's a better effort. Falca and a few other ravens join you to correct stances and swings, but it's the arrival of clansmen from Bindle that surprises you. You never had to get us this far, but you did, a man says. Time for us to pitch in. Hopefully, we don't muck everything up. You show the other volunteers how to reinforce a shield wall. After an hour, you tell everybody to rest and get ready for the real fighting. In private, Falca asks, you think it'll make a difference? They're making a stand, so it already has. Sometimes you impress me, Falca says. Just when I think you hate everything, you say something that shows you haven't given up on all the rest of us. You grunt and walk away. So apparently I could spend my time training fighters or using the stakes. The fighters, well, my guess is that maybe it takes the materials there and puts them on the battlefield so that they're not in, well, so that they're in the way so that you can fight better, but either way, we'll sort it out. The shield maiden tightens straps on her armor while glaring at you with red-rimmed eyes. If you've got something to say, you should say it. We'll all be dead before long. We don't have to be. We could leave right now. Whoever's after us would roll through here without slowing. We'd be caught out in the open. Then we can leave that damn cart here and let the dredge have it. I gave an oath to... An oath isn't worth all of our fan lives. That's exactly what an oath is worth. In the following silence, you see Falca's eyes brim with tears. I don't want to die. Not yet. And I don't want you to die either. Talk like this is forbidden in the company, but you turn your head, giving her a moment to collect herself. What would you do if the person you followed for years was no longer the same? Trying to figure out what's happening to me. You said yourself we'll be dead soon. What have you come up with? There's a voice in my head, and it's growing louder. I've been fighting to keep it quiet. It's probably Bellower's voice. But Bellower's dead. His body is... He's asleep. I think that arrow keeps him that way. Falca nods. The conclusion doesn't seem too far-fetched for her. These dreams are things he's seen. The Valka did something to betray him. They were working with the Sunder? I think so, but this has more to do with Avon and Juno. They did something, and it was something bad. I don't even think Zephyr knows what they did. The two of you look over at Zephyr. The Valka stares into a fire, lost in thought. So what does all of this mean? Nothing if we die here. Now it's if we die here? I thought you were already claiming defeat. God, you're annoying. If we die here, I think you'll miss me. You begin to growl at her when a scout's horn signals all the fighters to the bridge. If we make it through this, someone in Manahar is going to answer to me. You storm off to the fighting, building your rage with each step. What he needs to do is build on a razor so he can get rid of them split ends on his beard. The immensity of the dredge force standing just across the bridge is both terrifying and wondrous. Their droning sounds shake the ground, and you wonder if the old ford can withstand it. Fear is strong in the air. You faintly hear some humans running away, but your ravens stand firm against impossible odds. You grant yourself a moment of pride for that. Suddenly, the tall wall of dredge warriors begins to move. Huh. That's a little weird. I don't know what to expect from that one. Do I have anything I can place upon you? 3 will on rest, 1 armor on rest. Meh. 2 range distance, break talent ranks. Neither of these seem together all that useful, but might work out for us. Sometimes he gets this one right here, though. Oh, he's not high enough level. I was going to say this one right here would allow him to attack from further away, which would be really, really useful because I have trouble getting him into range sometimes. Doesn't matter. Let's get into combat and see what we're up against. Is that Nichols? But he's dead. Don't be fooled. That isn't Nichols. It's Eyeless. Alright, so I failed this fight a couple of times now. It's a tough one. This fight is really, it's Eyeless. Really, it's just the way Eyeless's mechanic works. Because what happens is when you knock Eyeless out of one of these characters, she comes out and she gets a free turn, which in my game meant that she one-shotted Bulwark from full health with an attack that knocked him across the entire map and did like 15 damage. And so anyways, this fight is a mess. My guess is that what we should do is we should leave Nichols for last. We should probably kill off all these guys first until we go into pillage mode and then go after it, because putting Eyeless out means that Eyeless can res other people. Either that or we kill one weak enemy until Eyeless possesses that one weak enemy again, and then we try again. But either way, this fight is a mess, and I had trouble with it the last few attempts, so I'm not sure exactly what way it's going to go differently this time around. But we're going to do our best here. Alright, so Ollie's ready to go. Or no, that's Bulwark. So he's at 15. He's not quite as bad as he could be. He could be one of the ones that has like 25 or whatever. It's not so terrible. Let's leave Nichols alone for right now. And we'll probably... He didn't do anything the last time I attempted it. The last time I went through, he really didn't do much. I assume that at some point he'll try and mend somebody or something like that, but much aside from that, he kind of walked around hitting people for like 1 damage, so maybe we leave him alone. It'll turn out better this time, because that's the only adjustment that I can really make that would make this turn out differently from how it did the last time I played. I'm just going to wait and see what they decide to do here. Look for holes in their line and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm not going to put myself into it until I absolutely have to. Step back by 1. There we go. So now we put you in right here. Watch out for diagonals too, because I think he had that lightning spell. And so we got to watch out for that one. Just do Bloody Flail 1 for now. Although I should wait till somebody's adjacent. Let's just start out with an armor break then. Start out lightweight. That's an adjacent ally there. So we'll move him to here. We'll knock this armor off real fast. There it is. Nice little hit on that side. Bulwark can probably deal with him. without too many problems. I'm going to corner him up so that we can move Ollie around a little bit. But there's our hit there. Let's get another adjacency on this side. Keep working that jaw. That leaves us with our whirlwindy guy. I'm going to have him rest for a second. We'll decide what we want him to do in just a minute. Once the enemy starts to pile through a little bit more. Go ahead and... yeah, why not? I'm not going to waste willpower right now. I'm going to save it for a little bit later. Now, on this side, he's got 2 people adjacent, which means that Bloody Flail at rank 1 should do 6 attacks. Or, no, never mind. You don't get bonus attacks. You get extra damage for each adjacent, so he gets 2 on the final hit. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Gotcha. You know what, pal? Out of the way. Not trying to mess with you right now. We'll decide what we want to do in just a minute. I could kill him right now. Or I could wait, because he's blocking his movement right now. Nah, whatever. Sure it'll turn out fine. Definitely gonna have to move people around on this turn, though, because we got explosivos. Hooray! Who doesn't love explosivos? Yeah, we definitely don't want to mess with him right now. I'm thinking that's the way this is meant to be done. I'll probably try to dart in with somebody over here. Watch your diagonals, too. We can't really do anything from right there. But then again, neither can they. I suppose I could knock his strength down a tad and just hope that I don't crit. I forgot that he's got that thing that makes him crit sometimes, which is trouble. Straight, ridiculous trouble. Get you up and out of the way here. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, what Eyeless is doing anyways when it sits there and does that. Not completely sure. From that spot, there's a lot of stuff that I could do. But I think for now, I'd rather leave the spot open. Go ahead and one-shot him outright. You do get a bonus, by the way. There's a hidden achievement in the game for this fight that it happened the last time because the fight took so long. But anyways, what ends up happening is if you allow Eyeless to respawn 6 times, you get like a fat grip. Well, not a fat grip. I think you get like 5 or 10 extra renown or something like that. It's kind of cool. It's not something that I'd like write home about, but it's alright. Does he do anything on... no, he's just got the +3 extra will. I suppose I'll take first swipes at this guy then, just to soften him up. Knock that health down a tad. No, he's going to summon somebody onto the field. That's okay. The guys that he summons are not inherently that terrible. I think it's manageable. Can move her to there. Watch diagonals as always. Get rid of him. I'm not sure why he did that. What's your armor break, 2? Problem with running so many Varl. Is that you end up in the situation that I am currently in. Let's go ahead and drag him over to here. We need an armor break on that side. A fairly sizable one. Yeah. He should just do that for the rest of the fight. It shouldn't be that bad. In the meantime, we got 3 damage off on him. He's got 9 armor right now. I'm not sure what I want to do then. I guess I'll bring him up to here. We'll go Bloody Flail on him, rank 3, because he's got adjacency. There we go. That was actually the perfect bloody flail. That was exactly what you're looking for in a bloody flail attack. So I probably couldn't have asked for much better. He's got 3 HP left. There's our kill right there. He's going to summon another one out on this side, it looks like. That's danger zone right there because I don't want... We're doing okay right now. We're doing alright. But there's still concerns. I can put him right there, and we could go in on that one to stop him from dealing damage to him, which I think is probably the wisest idea. I'm still going to have to deal with that one right there, but what are you going to do? Shit! I forgot. Oh my god, why did I do that? I get so angry at myself sometimes. Why did I do that? Oh my god. How did I not notice that that was not adjacent? Or that was adjacent. Oh my god. Volverk is the worst character in the game if you don't use him properly. And I keep using him improperly. Every single fight, over and over and over again, I make the exact same mistakes. And that's why it's so deeply frustrating, is that he's one of the best characters in the game if you can actually use him properly, but I'm constantly using him wrong and putting him adjacent to people. And now I completely wasted him. That's the thing, is he did nothing useful in this fight. And he's been reduced to his health now to the point where he will not do anything useful. It's impossible for him to do anything useful now. Probably should have put him right there so he could have come over this way. That was a mistake. I don't want to go too far in. Using up my... I don't want to go super ham-fisted and using my willpower right now. Because I'm going to need it once Eyeless pops out. Let's go ahead and... I got to drag you back. I mean, there's not really much I can do right there. Could use Bear Rage, I guess. To get him out of the way. Kind of just rearrange the enemy a little bit. God, what a stupid play on my part. You gotta be kidding me. Ugh. Not even really that much you can do there. Let's play XCOM. Hey, we actually landed the hit. That's amazing how the AI always manages to land multi-damage hits through your armor when they have less than a 50% chance. You ever notice that? Seems much more than coincidental to me how frequently they land those hits. It's okay, things are good for now. They're not like goddamn incredible, but they're alright. Done. We're now in pillage mode. I need him to cull the weak right there so that he gets to act twice when we pull Eyeless out. It's really the only way that this is going to work. Luckily, I only need cull the weak 1. How far can Eyeless move? To right there. Alright, line everybody up. Actually, I think Eyeless gets like 5 turns after this. Like a bunch of turns if we don't do the pillage mode thing properly. Put everybody in a line. Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah, go over to there. Get whatever you can lined up. We just have to do more damage here. Deflection on the second. How do you deflect an attack on armor? The second attack should be on armor, right? I also need Ollie right here. And then for Ollie, we need an Axe Storm at rank 3. And we've just... Oh my god, at 90%? This is why I don't play XCOM. Because I lose my mind over shit like that. That is deeply irritating. And now is where we start to get ourselves into trouble. So move to there. Try with the Axe Storm again. Get at least a couple of hits off. Something. Like, my god. Unfortunately, there's a crack in the ground right there, so we can't get after her. Just stay where you are. It doesn't matter. Ollie, we ain't got nothing left, so just keep sundering armor, I guess. Get rid of that armor. If we can do something, make it happen. Big hit from Crewmere. He can't get into the combat anyways, so there's really no point worrying about it. She can actually deal damage for once, which is good. So hurt that thing so that when it comes out... See, the thing is, there's a lot of metagame that goes in right here. Like, you've got to know... You've got to have a good feel for what Eyeless does, because she gets double turns and shit after a little while. And so unless you know those things are going to happen when you're fighting against her, it can be deeply irritating trying to get hits off and whatnot. I need to work him around. Like, we need to get him back into the fight somehow. She's got a little bit left right there, but chances are he's not going to be able to do much anyways. Although I suppose, yeah, he could shield slam, I guess. Although that would be a bad decision because from that spot, shield slam's not really going to do much. Everybody else is poisoned right now, which is a little weird and difficult to deal with, but... Alright, let's do this thing. That was my hope. I was oh, really? Mogan deflected it. What a G. My hero. For Mogan. Best prospect for him right now is to go Bloody Flail 2. Since we don't really have many other options. Put him in, and yeah, that's what you have to do. You just have to ignore Nichols the whole time. Eyeless falls to the ground. Suddenly, the chaotic grounds of Banner sounds of battle quiet, and the surrounding dredge lower their weapons in shock. A group of dredge guards break through the crowd and begin lifting Eyeless's body. Then you see her arm move. The Sunder is still alive. There is a chance to finish Eyeless if you and a few others are willing to risk charging the dredge. There's no telling what will happen if she's allowed to recover, but you feel a pang of sadness at the thought of killing her. Let's fall back to Manahar. While Eyeless is carried back to her ranks, your wounded are dragged back towards the town. Knowing this game, it's not going to matter. Like, we needed a magical silver arrow the last time we did this in order to kill Bellower. Okay, so Sigbjorn is injured. But yeah, that fight, if you don't eyeball it properly the first time around, can definitely give you trouble. And believe me, I didn't eyeball it properly. Fatigue slows your muscles as you take the reins of the Yox pulling Bellower's cart. Thousands of eyes watch you, the scared faces of so many dredge left on the battlefield pull at you. Your mind fills with images of Avond on the tower, of dredge twisting, warping in darkness, shaking, slobbering, roaring. You fight to regain control of your mind. The dredge begin moving south along the river, not as an army, but as people fleeing danger. Many of them start crossing the old ford bridge. Bolverk, Folka shouts, take the cart and get to Manahar. We'll hold them here as long as we can. The Shield Maiden's voice clears your head for a moment. You see her turning proudly, commanding ravens into formations, and Godmunder to lead the clansmen to Arborang. She looks back at you, holding your gaze. We'll be right behind you. Go! And then she joins the shield wall, lending strength to those around her. Bolverk, Valka Zephyr says, pulling your attention from the Raven banner near the bridge. We must leave, now. The Valka, their meddling caused this. All of it. You rub at the pain in your chest. Zephyr flinches at the look in your eyes, but you forget her and begin marching towards Manahar, towards vengeance. All right, everybody. I think we're just about out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of Banner Saga 2. It looks like we are headed back to Rook's group, I guess. I keep expecting this game to come to an abrupt stop because the last game sort of did too. I mean, it came to a head, but things just seem to keep getting worse, don't they? I will see you all at future episodes of the Banner Saga. Bye, everybody.